Hi, everybody. This is the Lucky TJ from Living Metaphysically. And guess what? I'm back. Yay, I'm back on YouTube after not being on here since last year. I mean, not officially, not like this. I have posted some videos because they reference some of my new stuff. But I took a little break last year, and I had planned to get back on YouTube in January. But it's really funny because I did not, and I just thought that was pretty interesting. So I'm going to tell you a little story about what has happened and what I think is very exciting now. So. Um, why I'm back on YouTube? Because crypto ain't going nowhere, and neither am I. All right, so let's just go into the story. And I am telling you, I'm not going. Hey, do you remember that song from Dreamgirls? That was very passionate, and it was like a tearjerker. Well, guess what? You know what? I'm really passionate about YouTube. I'm passionate about what I have to share. And this is not my only channel, but hey, I'm back on this one for right now, and I'm going to tell you a little bit of what went on. So yeah, 2017. What a mighty year it was. It was a big year for me. It was really awesome, and it was so awesome that I really can't see it any other way than that it was awesome. First of all, I'd like to shout out to my friend Mark, who introduced me to Bitcoin in March of 2017, which was a life-changing introduction. Second, I thank all of the mighty YouTubers who led the way through my kindergarten level of learning crypto. Those would be Box Mining, Trevon James, Glenn Acaro, Michael Crypto, Bitcoin Nick. There's countless others, and you know them all probably, or maybe you don't, but the list goes on and on, because you know what? I am a very avid person who likes to learn, and I learned a ton from those people. So whether you hate them or don't want to hear their names or you're mad as hell, you know what? I have nothing but love for having gotten the experience that I got from all of the people that I watched and some that I didn't name. Um, so I mean, because I'm not really about, I'm really about understanding that this is a vibrational universe, and that I get to keep it positive, and even if in the face of things that maybe didn't go as well as I wanted them to, I'm understanding that when I put negative energy into that, that is not the way that good stuff is going to create. Okay, back to my story. Anyway, I took off from YouTube towards the end of the year after many harsh crypto turns, and just continued to learn more and set up my strategy for 2018. And now I'm back with a vengeance. So now it's May 2018, and officially 1 year and 3 months into the crypto space. So what is the new strategy all about? First, let me show you what I figured out. No more lending platforms. You know what? There's a couple of platforms that are still out there that seem like they're going pretty well. I think Monetize, maybe Lendera. I'm not dealing with those right now, but and that's cool. Maybe I'll change my mind, but for right now, my strategy since the beginning of the year has been no more lending platforms, because there seem to be some better ways. There are multiple ways to make money online, period, in general. And there's lots of ways online in specifically the crypto space. One way that was enticing was the lending platform. Many people made a killing with a few of these for some months, maybe even a year, but it did not sustain. If you took money out and were just using profits, you probably weren't as mad as some people were who didn't. I had managed to take some money out of BitConnect by the grace of God at the end, right before they closed. Oh, and I had taken money out all along, but I had taken more money out because I was saving up for something, and it was almost a fluke. But I will save that story for later. I took some money out of many of the other programs, but in general, I lost money just like everybody else. And there's other stuff to talk about too. What else? There are still some programs that I'm in that are paying. The mining, like for example, Genesis mining, hashing 24, XP asset. I hope that I don't have that spelled wrong because I forgot to check it last night. But those actually pay. And so I was trying to think of like, well, how much money am I making per month? Well, I am making some, so yeah, it's not zero. But there's a lot more that can be made, and that's what I'm happy to be back on YouTube talking about. There are some that may one day be something. So I got involved with Bitquick, Ormius, and so if Bitquick ever gets to be something, I don't know how long it might take, then, I got plenty of those coins. And perhaps the Ormi coin may be as great as Barksdale is planning. And Lord only knows if TechCoin will ever be anything. Hopefully it will. There are coins I'm holding. And of course, the markets have been bullish for now. So we'll see the rise, I'm pretty sure, in the summer. And I totally expect that that it's going to be phenomenal, the same way as it was last year, that we're going to see a big increase. So I'm not, trying to, do anything except for tell you what I really think. Last year, there was lots of ICO action. I took chances on many, and for a while, people around me were making a lot of money depending on whether or not they were able to crack the system of the fast sellouts. It was exciting and fun, but I was never too much of a risker to make the big bucks. So with the ICOs, many of them, you had to like get up at a certain time really early and then be ready for the countdown. And then when the countdown was over, in about a second, 1 second, almost before you could even press the button to try to get your tokens, then the ICO would be over and everybody'd be on Telegram, or WhatsApp, saying, damn, they'd be, so you know what? ICOs of that type had to do with many of them were lending anyway, so it was fun, and not doing that right now. Another thing about 2017 and 2018 that I noticed is that there are lots of people out there interested in crypto. Like, I really was thinking about how, I'm going to do this for a second. I was thinking about how many people are involved. For example, I'm going to show you this real quick, if you can see it. I don't know if you can, the light in here. So there's a lot of groups on Telegram that I've been in. You can kind of see them. Hopefully it's not backwards. But the thing is that there's everything. And there are tons of people who are writing, like everything from, oh my gosh, Crypto Hustlers, ICO Crypto Nomos, these are old ones. Engine Coin, Hot Crypto, which, woohoo, torched everybody. OneChain, LuxCore, Delta, there's everything has a Telegram group, and so I really can see that there are tons and tons, like many of these groups, like as far as the posts go, like I'm not going to open up each one, but I mean there's thousands and thousands of people, and that's only in here because I've got WhatsApp too, and also Discord. There's just people all over the place who are interested in some sort of crypto. So the world is waking up. And so in the summer of 2017, one thing I picked up on was that those people who had a lot of influence and followers were able to make it with commissions, almost more than the investment returns themselves. And that was neat to watch. Seriously, this intrigued me, but I never knew how to make it happen for myself. I mean, I had a YouTube channel, but I found out that super marketers use ads and funnels as well as YouTube and Facebook live streams and webinars. So that has a name and you want to know what it's called? It's called a system. System is not a dirty word. So while I was noticing all this and being a follower and a loner, and don't forget, a learner, crypto was moving on. Crypto programs started having cool looking events. And at the end of last year, around, let's say October, around October 30th, 29th, somewhere in there, it was at these events that people had live streams or on the day or after the day videos, and they were published with the latest news. And I watched those. It was really exciting. And thrilling as it was, there was one guy that I saw on one of the videos after one of the big events, and he was being interviewed, and he seemed to have done the impossible. He had created a team of about 20,000 people in about 4 months. And I tell you, that was mind-boggling. And he used a system. And he's excellent at the system. He's excellent. And then he used it to share with his team for them to use. And, that is one of the keys of somebody who wants to really be at the top of the echelon of, whatever they're doing, is they teach others, how to do the same thing. Replication. But what's this got to do with me or you? Well, my new strategy for 2018 looks like this. No more programs unless they meet this criteria. They must be personally accessible. That means if the team is invisible, and I can't call them or meet them, the program is a no, because I already did all of that last year. So when I say accessible, I mean that I like it when I know the people involved and I really literally can call them, or someone I know that I can call them, or people can go and meet them wherever they are. So when it comes down to being invisible versus visible, invisible to me is where people are talking from behind invisible wall on Telegram or someplace online, and they may be saying anything, like in Falcon Coin. Everybody thought that the guy there was on the up and up, but when it comes down to it, you never really meet these people. And to me, the good word that I use is called invisible, because technically when they disappear, there's no way to find them. So I have learned from that, and I think now I've wised up a little bit, and I'm not going to go in that direction anymore. So number 2, that was number 1. Number 2, I have been buying crypto, just like last year, which I was buying crypto all, from in the summer, actually. And I've been buying from the regular exchanges everybody else is using: Binance, Bittrex, KuCoin, etc. I like low total supply coins, and I like to see that the team itself can pull off the project. So I've been doing some research on the coins that I like, and not only checking out their bullshit white paper, but checking out anything online, any kind of interviews that they've done, articles that have been published, videos that they've made, events that they've been to. And you know what? That doesn't necessarily make for something that's going to work out. I mean, obviously, there's some, one famous program that had a lot of the owners talking stuff, and you could interact with them at their events, and they still are having a hard time. But that's okay. To me, I'd rather have that than have that invisible thing that I was describing. And the project itself um, should have a working model, if at all possible. And the coin or token, bottom line, most importantly, must serve a real purpose. Like it can't be like some kind of crapola thing that's only about uh, like the lending platforms. Some of them I see really more clearly now that that was crap to begin with. And I kind of thought that, but I kept saying, well, if I put a small amount of money here, money there, that it wasn't such a bad thing because I wasn't losing a lot of money. But then now that I started at the end of the year, of course, I calculated all the $100 amount of Bitcoin that I put here or there or Ethereum or whatever it was. And, it just adds up. And when I think about that, my whole year from March of 2017 until December 31st of 2017, I could see that I had actually literally, if I just held on to my Bitcoin, I would have been much further ahead or invested it more into other altcoins, for example, Neo. So back to the slide. Hopefully they are a new blockchain or there's something that's providing some sort of really cool service, blockchain like Neo or some sort of service like I love the Walton coin because it says the what is it called, radio, it's Wi-Fi communications, or maybe that's the wrong word, but anyway, I like the purpose of them enough that maybe I can't talk about it, but it doesn't matter because I've been watching some of the coins since the summer, and I'm seeing that their service is being they're doing their coins are going up and down in a great way, so they can easily be traded, and then also the service seems like they're going to it's radio signals, Walter coin, so I can see a future for that. So I am hodling and I'm trading some. I'm listening to my own standards. 3, I have a trading bot, an auto trading bot. I manually trade, but I like the auto bot too. The company I vetted by my standards. My standards. I like them that I'm using, and I like what they are trying to do. Actually, is better said would be I like what they are doing. I like what they're doing. They're easy to be communicated with. They are accessible. They are on webinars. Another thing I like about visibility is having webinars, live webinars where you can interact with that person, you know, right then. So that's also a step in the right direction. If I can't go and actually shake your hand and meet you, give you a hug, then I want the rest of the ways of being able to connect with the actual people from any of these companies where I'm putting my money into. Number 4, this year I'm committed to helping other people who want a way to make money online in the crypto space without giving their Bitcoin and crypto to lending programs, because even though it's very attractive, it may not be really so practical, and so I think that when people are just getting their feet wet, not everybody, not because there's many people on many levels, many people who know a lot more, been in the space longer than me, many people know more than me, but I do know what this year, my year in crypto, has taught me. And so I'm willing to share my experience and my strengths and help anyone who's looking for a way, which could be you. If you're looking for a way to make money online, you want to make some, there are some ways. It might be one of the harder things to find out what is a way that's sustainable and what's a way that's going to work. So this year I'm concentrating on making money with referral commissions, which is not a bad thing. People say, oh, Ponzi, yeah, it's okay. There's so many people who are conditioned and indoctrinated to like see everything in a certain filter. And that's okay, because if you're one of those, you don't even have to finish watching this video. Maybe you will. This would be awesome. But I'm looking for a certain type of person who wants to be helped and who wants to seriously make some money online. So this year I'm building a team. I already saw people build some serious teams out there. And some people, there's a difference between only having a downline and having a team that you are able to support. And that's what I'm doing. Um, Being able to support by really lots of ways, because the people who really are leaders are accessible by lots of ways. You can text them, Facebook message them. They give a lot of webinars where you can chat with them. You can email them. Some people, I have their number. I can call them. I can meet up with them at different events, live events. So that is something I'm really, really, really loving and taking on myself to create in my world for myself and other people, so we can have community. And the reason why is because, it's too hard, I think, too difficult to earn online alone. You have to have a lot of money and do some really super great trading if you, I think, in the crypto space, unless you have a team and you all are doing something together that's going to benefit everyone. And when we're a team, we can pool our resources and information much better. So that's really the reason why I have decided to do this thing that I really didn't care so much about last year. So I'm generating commissions and team building and teaching others how to do the same. There's something to be said about making money online, and that is there's a way to make commissions by using a system. And I like it. Quote by yours truly. Why referrals are a good thing? Well, you know what? Every single thing out here has referrals. So every single thing practically is going to give you some sort of something for telling somebody else about them. It doesn't matter whether or not it's a coupon, that, or, well, actually it's not really, I shouldn't say that, coupons maybe not. But as far as paying, what I mean is there's money that's going to be generated some sort of way by a company via some sort of some way, like, for example, my bank. When I log into my bank, before I even log in, right there it says, tell a friend, tell a family member, you get blah blah thing. Everybody always uses the examples about Amazon or other companies. Companies have been using referrals forever. You know what I'm saying? When years ago, before the internet, and we bought a car, you bought a car, then of course they would ask you, hey, do you have any referrals? What about your mother, your father, or your friends, or somebody you graduated with, or whatever it is, because people are always looking for referrals. And so referrals are a good thing because you can make some commissions, and if the person's going to be using that program anyway, it isn't something so bad. So other people are going to use the company anyway, with or without me, with or without you to introduce them. People are going to find out. Like, for example, so I might as well be the person who tells them about the thing. So consider Binance, for example. Right now, crypto purchasers and traders are using Binance and the other exchanges, and you and I can benefit from referring them. Binance right now has a 20% commission that they're paying, and I forgot what the parameters are, but the thing is, who in the crypto space is not using Binance? If in general, there's so many people using Binance. I remember Binance came out in the summer, and I bought Binance coins. So there's everything has not everything, but when I say everything, it's loosely everything. Oh, I meant to change this slide. Oh, sucks. Anyway, I've been learning to systemize. So what is attraction marketing? So, I thought a lot about marketing, and I watched a lot of people who really were successful in marketing, and I thought that would be so good, but I guess I really didn't want to drag, other people into what I was doing, but it's not really dragging them if it helps them, because but there just there had to be something that would not put people at so much risk, because the hardest part about referring anybody to anything is if the thing fails and the person loses money, and then like, it's heartbreaking. Like, it's heartbreaking for them, but it's heartbreaking for me. Like, I don't want to tell people about anything and have them lose, because I just hate that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to hurt anyone in any way. Um, so as far as attraction marketing goes, you know, do you know what that is? Would you like to learn what it is? Can you make money with it? Yes, people are making money with it. What if someone is willing to help you learn how to do it? What if someone is going to teach you how? And what if there's a system that you can use, and you will learn to use it and be a part of a successful team with an expert marketer with a strategy that does work to build and generate commissions. So, this is the system that I'm referring to has worked before and it's working now. So what if finally for you, you could have your dream come true and the help you need to make that happen? You know, uh, there's so many people that I communicated with on Telegram in the since let's see, this is May, April, March. Let's just say March. And people were hurting. They were just like, oh, all my money was like, taken in this program or that program. But they were still like getting into like all these other programs. But this is what, I would have like these other chats with them, secret chats. And they would say, so they were trying to make their dreams come true. I don't know if their dreams are coming true for real or how well they're doing, which they could be doing super great. But I do know that a lot of people have lost a lot of money in the crypto space. And I think one of the ways to make money is by having a system, and you can have one, and it's here for you right now, a pathway to your dreams. Why am I saying it? Because it happened to me. Like, I wanted that, and I kept like, I was not on like so and so's team. I was on such team, and then some, and I was like, oh God, this person is having ads and funnels, and they were giving all the team members for free, but I couldn't get it. And I would say, please, can I buy it? And some people were like, no, because they didn't have the bandwidth to keep doing so much work, and then have for people who weren't paying, or they weren't going to get something for it. So, I mean, I really understood that. And I actually did generate some really great leads through another one of the people that I followed who had ads and funnels. So, I know it works. Last year, so where did I leave off? It happened to me, and it can happen for you. Because if it can happen for anyone, it can happen to you, for you. Last year, I really wanted to be one of those people who had a huge team. I really, really did. Matter of fact, it wasn't only last year. It's just been ever since I was in my 20s. Like, I just never could figure out like how to market. I never could do it. I did all kinds of stuff, but I never could really get that marketing thing together. And so I love the idea of a system. And I wanted to help people to achieve their dreams as well as make mine come true. I also learned from last year that, one way to get what you want is to help other people get what they want. And so I see that, and yeah, I used to think, well, people aren't going to do what I'm doing and all that kind of stuff. Well, it was one way to think. Now I'm not thinking that anymore, because there are people who are out there that do want. As a matter of fact, when I talk to some people and they go, yes, I love that idea, I'm always surprised. I'm like, what? So I can't really prejudge people. So there are people who want to achieve their dreams of making money, have passive income. They have lots of reasons. They want to travel more. They want to, have time, mostly time for the family, time for children, time for peace and quiet, be able to have, objects or spaces like that are really nice. Like, some people like cars and, boats or whatever. Some people just want a lot of land with trees and birds and animals where they can feel peaceful and safe. So my dream is coming true right now, which is something that's really great, because I feel like we all are tapping into our consciousness, and so mine is finally at a place where things are flowing in a way that's growing. And the real question is, what do you want? What do you want? What do you want? What is your dream? Back in 95, 95, I think it was, um, I went to a transformational training, and one of the exercises that we did was called, I think they still have it in some of the other trainings that are around, it's called What Do You Want? You sit with a partner in a dyad, and that person asks you, like, what do you want? There's nothing else, and you say what you want. And they just, when you say what you want, they ask again, and it's timed. So you must go, I think it goes on for, I don't know if it's like 20 minutes or however long, but it's long enough that when I remember distinctly saying, I want this, like I want a new car, or I want a house, or I want the, whatever relationship, if I wasn't in one. I can't remember exactly in 94 95 what I was doing, but whatever I said, I knew that there was something more. There was something else underneath of it. I want to be happy. I want to be peaceful. I want to be free. I want, and so what do you want? What do you want? So as far as when it comes down to like um, money and the ability, money gives us the ability to have other things, which like time, really time and vacations and things like that. So when it comes down to online passive income earning, then a person's going to need to know, like, what do you want? It's a great question for anything, though. And that's why I'm saying that's the only question you really must ask and answer, you know. So my next question for you is, will you join us? Join us. Find out more about what we're doing, and you can just let me know. I just want to say one more thing, a couple more things. Haters will absolutely not be tolerated. So this is how I see the world. The world has a lot of people who they're just conditioned to hate, and they don't feel, they feel very comfortable that it's okay, like, for them to write and feel and like like hate out well, hating out really is just a sign that a person hates on it within. But anyway, when it comes down to all that stuff, people jumping the gun and saying scams. You learn, whoever's saying all that stuff and thinking all that stuff, all the negative stuff, it's all learned behavior. So I'm not going to tolerate any hating. So that's just not something I'm going to do. So I'm not going to interact with people who write or whatever they say, even if it's videos. There's a whole, man, I was so shocked at the hateful videos, and it was really interesting. How are we doing this as humans? Where we're going with, like, here's what I see seems to make people happiest. That is love and peace and harmony. And when it seems like there's other stuff like hate and violence and all this other stuff, that seems to make people very, very unhappy. And so I know I have a choice as to what I'm putting my energy into, and that is into positive, into love. And it's okay whatever people think. Like, a lot of people don't believe. I think I was walking someplace, and the person said, it's gonna, like, make you crazy how loving this thing was. And I thought, it's not my business, so I'm not gonna talk to these. I heard these people. I was walking by them. I was hiking, but it's interesting how people, like, they think positivity is something's bad about it. So that's funny to me. Anyway, I just need to be clear about what the space is going to be about. And actually, the space that we in our groups, our Facebook groups, all of that is all positive. So if you're attracted to that, then you're gonna love it. All right, my motto: in order to truly find God, and you don't even have to call it God. You call it universe. It doesn't even matter. You can call it whatever you want. You don't have to call it anything. Ether is good. Or yourself. It's just a fact of whatever you tune into that you're getting your power from, which is called, you call it your source. You have to look within. It's not in the without. thus causing you to have realizations, inner awareness, and answers. Question everything and be honest. Put a crowbar under every belief you have and examine it for truth. And then you'll have something that can give you some freedom. And you can also heal a lot of stuff. So disclaimer, I'm not a professional investment strategist, so I'm not making any recommendations at all, really. I'm just really sharing my experience only. So if you want to join any program, then it's at your own risk. And so please do your homework. So most definitely, doing your homework is the best thing you can do. So what to do next? Well, after watching my little video over here, then you can watch the next video that by clicking the link in the description. It's going to look like this: https // digital plan, Micah Jabi, blah blah blah, Tasha Johnson, think. And here is what I gotta say.
Yo, why I'm back on YouTube. Yo, why I'm back on YouTube. I'm on YouTube.
Yeah. All right. So I'm back on YouTube. I'm really excited. And peace out.